Why hello there, my name is TheRussianBadger, and you could say right now that I'm riding on a boat, but that would clearly be wrong because it's not a boat, it's a yacht. And I only love that statement a little bit more when the Asian guy says it in Starsky and Hutch. You guys remember that? The Asian hitman, whatever his name is? No, it's not a boat, it's a yacht! I will never ever forget that. It is just so wonderful. That movie is just outstanding. And the first thing I want to tell you is that I am no longer butt frustrated about Battlefield 3 anymore. It was a few days where I just straight up could not play. It was Punkbuster and Origin and everything else, but I Falcon Punched my computer, I reinstalled Windows, and I fixed it. So don't even trip, Chocolate Chip. I fixed everything and it is all good again, bro. So it's just fine. Don't even worry about it. And another thing I want to tell you is that Karg Island, okay? Karg Island, cruel mistress. Sometimes she's wonderful, like if I could bear hug you right now I totally would, and other times she's just, why am I not playing Operation Metro? Because that is exponentially better than this map, and Operation Metro is pretty awful, but swag. And I know you guys will get a little bit mad about the small and RPG, I don't want to say fondness that have taken, I don't know how to say this correctly, but this is why. Okay, this is why. Right there. Store of Jerk, I guess I killed him because I asked him to teach me how to Dougie, and he only knew how to jerk, and I got a little bit mad. That's not a good example because that's a headshot, but do you guys see what I'm getting at here? Submachine guns or carbines, if you will. I know they're different. Look at how many bullets that is. That is so many bullets, bro, Chacho. That's why, yet again, the jerking guy. All because he didn't teach me how to Dougie, but it takes so many shots at range with a submachine gun, I'd rather just soften him up and fire small, because it kills him instantly. Otherwise, I feel as if I'm throwing stones. Like, yeah, I'm going to damage the guy, but he's easily going to run away before I'm going to kill him, if you guys know what I'm saying there. I just wanted to say that, because I know you guys might be a little slightly perturbed about the intro, so... And yes, in the intro, if you're going to ask, I did kill the goddamn Batman, and I will show more about that in the bonus clip, but I'll get to that later. Right now, I have to tell you this story, okay? I have to. It is basically the story of the biggest catfish known to man, and it also had something to do with Call of Duty, so I don't even like mentioning Call of Duty, but okay. It was on Operation Firestorm. This guy had me pinned down for like 10 minutes, so I finally get the opportunity to take his sandwich. Look, don't improve your conduct. I get headshotted, okay? Headshotted, right? And look what he says, LMAO, I'm laughing at you, I'm laughing my ass off at you, and I get quite angry. I am fuming right now. And he even says, look, when I respawn in, he says something like, no scope headshot COD style, and I said, you will never ever utter COD in a Battlefield chat ever again. I'm going to show you how we do things in Battlefield. It's basically like, okay, there are two people in this fight, one of us is going to get smacked in the mouth, and it sure as hell is not going to be me. So, I am going to show you exactly how we do it Battlefield style. So I took my big Burfa tank, and I basically couldn't find him at first. But I said, you know what, I will hunt you down, because there can only be one Highlander, and it's going to be me. And, pow, right in the kisser, direct impacted with a tank shell. Yes, where is your COD now, catfish? Where is it? Where's your COD? I felt so good when I did that. And then beyond that, he tries to play... Okay, this catfish tries to play it... I even teabagged him. Look, he tries to play it off like, oh, COD World at War had tanks, so meh. He tried to play it off like I didn't just direct impact him with a tank shell. And I basically said, I'm not gonna be talked back to us. So I said, you done goofed. And I silenced him for the rest of the game, and it was amazing. And I loved it. It was so wonderful. I can't even describe the catharsis that entire situation was. It was so great. It was just wonderful. And oh, it feels so good just to put Camping Bush Monster, who also referenced COD. It feels so good to direct impact him with a tank shell. Just, I can't even describe it to you. It's just great. And my fire alarm is going off, but I'm still going to continue anyways, because I'm really not concerned about fires right now. It's really not a big deal, because this is clearly more important. And yet again, I don't know if he was like a distant cousin, or whoever it was, but there was another gentleman over here that had that same sort of camp sauce all over his face style, and he decided to linger in the spawn, so I said, I don't approve of your conduct. Give me your sandwich. And that's exactly... It's a great feeling, just like the last guy. It's a lot like, okay, I would describe it like this. Do you guys know when you're flying in a jet you're flying in a jet, right? And you're coming head on towards another jet, almost like you're playing chicken. And you're like, I ain't moving, bro. No, I ain't moving. So then you fire a few shots into him, and then you get the kill. You get the kill and the suicide, but he gets the death. He gets nothing. It's a lot like, it's like Willy Wonka, right? You get nothing, and I get everything because I got the kill, right? Those are just two different situations that are just, they make you feel so good. And that usually, actually, before I started playing with a new, not that I have like a new sense of playing, but I've really started playing Battlefield 3 a little bit differently in that I just try everything that is so catfish. Like, I'll try out the AEK 971 and the A91 that are just like the best weapons of each class, and I've just been playing it a little bit differently. And I've also been playing with vehicles a little bit more. I know you guys like the vehicle gameplay a little bit more, but okay. You guys have to see this tactic that I have with the tank. It's fairly convenient, and I also like being on the American team. Don't you guys just love the American team? I think the American characters are a little bit redneck. Do you guys know what I mean? Like, look, I stood up and I told that there teacher lady the only 3 letters I need to know are U.S. and A. And this is the tactic right here. You shove the Amtrak into the opposing tank as a decoy, and then you bounce yourself back in. You get the kill. Isn't that wonderful? And I was going to do the smart thing because I was using my noggin, and I was going to repair their T-90 so that we could have 3 tanks going down the road, but it exploded, and I'm a little bit sad about that. So the master technique number 2, you just want to shove that other tank directly ahead of you as a somewhat of a meat shield, but clearly it's not made of meat or hamburger, so you're going to have to, I guess you could refer to it as some sort of steel shield or whatever you want, but I love on this second base, just take your tank directly in. It is so easy. If they're not setting up mines or they're not spamming javelins like a bunch of catfish, and good morning, Carl, way to hover around a tank. That's always a good idea. Do a barrel roll, that guy. And, okay, this is my problem, guys. I never think that the guy is going to suicide. Do you guys know what I mean by that? I never think that he's going to suicide. I always think, this Carl here is like, Carl, you're not going to blow yourself up. He blew himself up. I never think that they're going to put C4 all over a tank and then blow themselves up. I always think they're going to run away before they detonate it, so that gives me time to kill them, but I guess not. So I got the charge armed here because I like to play the objective sometimes. I can't exactly say all the time because I can openly admit that sometimes it's just somebody else will get it. I'm just going to lurk in my tank or something like that. And I don't know why some people like to go prone right next to a tank, but that oftentimes gets me smushed. Okay, this is what I want to identify. Okay, I jump and I start firing before I aim down sight. Look at how inaccurate that automatic fire is. It's like, how can I get random triple sprays like this? Full auto, and I get my sandwich taken granted. Give me your sandwich! But I don't get how sometimes when I aim down sight, it seems as if my automatic fire is less accurate. I don't know what kind of witchcraft that is. I really can't explain it, but sometimes that is just the way the cookie crumbles, and I can't explain why, how or why. And I felt a little foolish right here. After watching myself again, it's a little foolish to try to engage targets this far away with an M4. A little foolish, but you'll see later on, if they're moving and there's cover and concealment, excuse me, cover and concealment, I said that correctly that time, but the first time it was just derp. What did you say, cover and concealment? I'm slurring my words like I'm from the south. And, okay, so if they have cover and concealment, as in some sort of cover, and that guy was already dead, I don't know why I'm wasting my bullets, but it's usually hard to pick them off from range if they have some sort of cover to go behind, but if they're just running in a linear pattern, even if they're really, really far away, you can still pick them off with a submachine gun, and I'll show you like right here, okay? I think I do a little bit more lurking around. I look for a gentleman over here that doesn't exist. I'm not sure what happens, but I think sometimes people just leave games, and I think they're ghosts, so I just keep looking for them, just... Where did he go, man? It's like, I could have sworn he was in that corner, and then all of a sudden, I guess he just left the game. Now, okay, this is it right here. Okay, so I'm coming up here. I see somebody spotted in the building, and no, there's a gentleman below. You see? Tap, 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 tap. Got him. Got him. And I don't know if that was like somebody else had already damaged him or whatnot, but that's one example how if you lead them correctly and swag, and I usually don't get kills from that range, but look at this. You ready? Wait. Good morning, Carl number 1 and Carl number 2. That's That's a prime example of one teammate boning himself and then boning another, because he should not have gone for the knife. And I know that sounds very hypocritical, because in the catfish example that I mentioned earlier, I went for the knife and I got no-scope headshotted in the face, but granted, I wrecked the catfish with a, just wrecked with a tank shell, but still, learn from my mistakes. I know that I'm very hypocritical on a lot of things. I tell you to do one thing and then I say another. I know that's a little bit different, but learn from my mistakes. Like, I can easily say it's always better to go in with your gun out, and then if he's solitary, take a sandwich. But don't go in with your knife first. That's always a bad idea. I tried to get one more kill before I died, but didn't quite work out. And I'm surprised that this guy is not running the infrared. A lot of people run extended mag foregrip and infrared. My commendations to that gentleman for using a reflex. And that's another thing that I wanted to mention. You guys heard about that, right? That is bananas, okay? It's bananas. What I mean by that is, have you guys seen the nerf to the infrared scope? I never really use it that frequently, so I'm not all that sad face about it. I'm not going to get all butthurt about it, but it's like a dust magnifier now. It's like, bro, where did all this, what? Where did all this dust come from? Is this like a dust machine? I don't understand the nerf. It's worse, which is, I almost have zero comment. Oh, this guy beat me. Kung Fu treachery. I really did not think that he was going to be there. I know that happens to me all the time. I sprint and I sprint and I sprint when I think that no one's going to be there, and then surprise! Why, hello there, TheRussianBadger. Hi! And I'm just destroyed. I really don't know, and like I said, I really don't know if I don't even know if I'm sad or not about the nerf to the infrared scope. Like I said, I never really use it that frequently, but I don't know if I'm leaning more towards they over-nerfed it. I don't think anybody's really going to use it anymore. Number one, because, like I said about the dust, but it also seems like it takes a while for it to settle. Like, whenever you first zoom in, it's just, everything is just covered in this white dust, and then all of a sudden, it sort of clarifies, but still, it's only good at close range, so I ain't even mad, bro. I'm not even mad about the nerf. I'm almost completely indifferent, actually, when I really think about it. But I would really have to give myself a lot of time to think about whether it's overpowered, underpowered. Well, I think it's underpowered now, but I'd really have to give myself more time to really reaffirm that thought that it's underpowered now. I'd really have to think about it. So I don't really have a huge comment on it right now, but I think it's better. I think it's better to be underpowered than overpowered. That's what I think. Maybe you disagree, and get revenge on that guy. Revenge! And I get one more gentleman here. And, oh, that guy died. But I don't know why. I don't know why this works this way. But lurking in this building has so much success for me. Because you can kind of see their spawn, and that automatic fire, it's just so bad sometimes. Sometimes it's wonderful, and sometimes it's awful. And this guy is going to come all the way around. This radar thing is so dandy. You see, I was just waiting for him, and there's the same jerkin guy who didn't teach me how to Dougie, and I'm just going to kill him for the rest of the game. This guy thought he could get me, but I said, I got that Glock for you, ninja, and I said no. I just said, nope, nope, not going to kill me. Definitely not. And coming up the stairs with 27% health, I really can't expect to kill anything if it's facing me, okay? I really was not expecting to kill that gentleman. It was not a real expectation of mine, but I ain't even mad. I ain't even mad, bro. I'm not even mad. But one thing, you guys are going to see it a second time. Spawn lingering. Spawn lingering, alright? You're going to see a prime example of it, but you're also going to see you're also going to see an example of automatic fire yet again. You're going to see how I have no idea why. I don't think there's any method to this whatsoever, but yet again, it's just bananas. It's bananas how I can hip fire, and it can sometimes be more accurate automatic hip fire than aim down sight automatic hip fire. I don't know why, but it's just the way it is sometimes. And yes, I was looking for a tank. I said, all right, is there no tank here? That's a little saddening if there's no tank. I believe you get an Amtrak on this base, but I don't think you get a tank. Usually, and I just didn't. Why can I get triple sprays fully automatic, yet I can't get this guy from a similar range, aim down sight fully automatic? I don't get it. I don't get it. Granted, he did have the M4, which is a burst weapon, which would theoretically be more accurate over a medium to long distance. I would consider that medium, perhaps. Maybe that was close range to you. But yes, he had the superior weapon, but I don't get it how my hip fire can be more accurate than my aim down sight my aim down sight fire while fully automatic. I just don't get it. It is witchcraft. It is like automatic fire treachery, but the one piece of treachery right here that you're not going to like is this right here. Okay, I see the guy spotted behind the wall. Swag, and I get him. I knew he was right there. I think that may or may not have been one of those glitches. You guys know the glitch where you go prone and somehow... I'm Frostbite 2. I'm the engine that makes your legs go through the wall. And I know you guys probably know about that already. If you prone and you're near a wall, sometimes your legs will go through the wall. So I don't know if that glitched and it actually hit his legs through the wall or actually hit the wall and killed him behind it. Regardless, I killed him. But yet again, you're going to see a lot more RP. And yet again, direct impact. I do that. That's why I do it. I explained it in the first 5 minutes of the video. I would rather do that than damage the guy and have him run away with a submachine gun. From that range, I can easily kill the Carl that's running around with his LMG, but it's not a big deal. And yes, I lurk in the... That's the Kung Fu treachery that I was talking about right there. That Kung Fu treachery, you can just jump around. It's more like lurking treachery, if you ask me. But you can lurk in those crates, and they usually don't expect you to be there. I don't think a lot of people know about that spot yet, so I consider it to be fairly valuable. And this is my second best lurk spot. I bypassed the objective because I know the other guy's going to get it, and I figured why not give him 200, 500 points. And also, too, right here, I can see A and their spawn. I can see the objective and their spawn. That's exactly what I want to do. This guy thought he could just lurk around and try to trick that he was... I think he was trying to trick me like, oh, bro, I'm not here. I'm not here. Don't worry. Don't look at me. I'm not here. I think he tried to trick me on that one, but clearly didn't work. That guy's looking for the helicopter with his Igla. I believe he's on the Russian team, not the Stinger. And you guys know how much the helicopter can just destroy the back of the base, right? The helicopter can destroy this... The spawn is so bad for the defending team on Carg Island. They can, like, okay, so I get this guy, and they all spawn around these crates. I can just clean up. Like, it's just cleaning up. It's so easy. Just so easy. And I know a lot of you helicopter pilots definitely know that the back of Carg Island is... It is prime territory for a spawn rape. With a helicopter... They all spawn in right around those crates. It's open area. None of it's protected. It's so easy just to... They just get wrecked with the helicopter if the pilot knows what he's doing and if they don't have their Iglas out in time. But beyond that, guys, I want to thank you very much for watching. I know I'm back in the swing of things in terms of Battlefield 3, so I want to thank you very much for watching. I will kill the goddamn Batman in the outro, or the bonus clip, if you will. I will see you guys next time. Auf Wiedersehen und bis bald und later.